I'd like to commend our guys on how hard they played, and we just played, from start to finish. But the thing you can't do, and you can't give up the big plays. And we gave up 2 big plays when you're knowing what a receiver is and knowing how explosive TY Hilton. And then on offense, when you have the opportunities, you have to take advantage of those scoring drives. And you missed out on some. We get to the 4th and 1, don't get the first down. But, the first half is what really got us. And we got in a hole in the first half and weren't able to bounce back. Start the second half, we would have taken a drive there at the end of the first half and going to score. You thought with us getting the ball back in the second half, we'd be able to drive it. But we didn't. We got pinned. But, it's, I told our guys in there, you have to be able to win games like this, and you can't accept losing. We cannot lose. And our guys have to play hard, and I expect that from them. They expect it. But, you get another week, and we have a lot of work to do. This team is going to be one of those roller coaster years, and we understand that because of the youth that we have. But, we're going into a tough situation next week down at Commonwealth, playing UK, and right now UK is a better football team than us. Look at what they have and what we have, but it's so important that we have to learn from this game, and we have to learn from the mistakes that we made.
The way the first half went, Charlie, did you think the momentum would switch shifted and you were kind of on your way, you get the ball back?
Well, I always tell them that the first 5 minutes of the second half is so critical, and the guys have to understand that when we had the ball, and you would have thought there was scoring right before half, we would be able to get some points out of it, but we didn't. We weren't able to get anything established. I think it may have been we returned the ball out to the 50, and then is that the one we got the penalty on? And then we ended up moving the ball back, and our offense kind of started on like the 17-yard line. If we don't get that penalty in the kicking game, you at the 50, now you do have a chance.
Why do you think you weren't able to get the running game established?
We just didn't move people and didn't block people, and we have to do as 2 straight weeks that we haven't got the running game going. But that's something that we have to work on. You have to be able to run the football, because when you run the football, you play physical, and you have to be able to play physical running the ball.
Charlie, positive Josh Chichester looked really good tonight.
Chichester played very well, but you think about Chi, he's a big target, and he can make those catches for us. And Stein did a good job of finding them.
What was your strategy against Hilton? What did you hope to be able to do against him, or how did you try to defend him?
Well, what was key about Hilton is you knew the ball was going to him, and our players had to know where he was. And then the first slant that he caught, we were in man coverage, and we actually had him double covered, and he split the guys and ended up taking it the distance. And then the third down play, we were faking a blitz, and then we got the safety, got caught in a low hole, and he just ran by him.
Coach, where do you see where we've made any improvements over the last week?
Well, I just don't know penalty-wise where we were with the penalties, but, you can't give up the big play, so there's no improvement there. But just in the throwing game, I thought Stein did a better job of managing the offense and operating it.
Given how successful he was in the shotgun throwing the ball, did you consider moving more to that in the second half?
I don't. I just think that wherever he's going to be is where we place him. So he just got to make it whether he's under center or in the shotgun. He has to make those plays.
Do you feel like he's better running maybe the no huddle and 2-minute pace, like at the end of the first half he seems to be in a good rhythm?
Well, it's what it is. An offense is rhythm, and so once you get guys in rhythm, then that's when because defense is to disrupt rhythm, offense is rhythm, and so we were able to get it going there at the end of the second half because he's got into rhythm and he's making those throws, and the thing Stein can do is when they bring pressure, he can beat you with his feet, and he was able to scramble out of a lot of pressure that came at him. He was able to scramble out of it and get rid of the ball and find open receivers and actually go scramble for a first down.
Coach, speaking of pressure, we weren't pretty much on there.
Well, what we try to do is with our game plan on defense is, when he got rid of the ball so quickly. So, the one sack that Dexter had, we made him double pump, and that's when Dexter sacked him. But he gets rid of it, and they throw that ball. As soon as he catches it, it's out of his hand 3 steps and let it go. And they're in the shotgun a lot, so it's hard to get the pressure back there.
Charlie, how frustrating is it? You guys really held them and kept them in check, except for just those 2 plays. Those 2 plays.
And, it's the 2 plays, and those are 2 plays that beat us. That's 14 points. It's we give up a 1 and down to 7-3, and then you're hoping that you can get it back. It goes to 10-3, and now you're down. 14-3. Now you're down 21-3. But those big plays, it does. And the thing it does is kind of takes the momentum away from you. And now all of a sudden you got to get the guys regroup and get them back going. And now, guys, we got to continue to play. And then when you get the score right there before half, and you figure, hey, well, here we go. We got it. Now we're right where we need to be. It's 21-10. We get the ball, started second half, take the ball, go drive it. Now it's 21-17, but we didn't get that accomplished.
Charlie, you talked about youth, some receivers stepped up, the younger guys are coming along. Pleased with the progression so far? Those guys.
Well, yeah, we're so talented at that position. You look at Devontae makes another catch. Guys hanging all over him. He makes a catch for a touchdown. Michael Lee played very well for us. And, those guys are going to Chichester, receiver/tight end. But those guys are making plays for us at that position. But, Stein is doing a good job of finding an open receiver and getting the ball to him.
What about the fourth down play where Wright got thrown for loss and what?
Well, looked like when Stein took the snap, he kind of bobbled the ball, then he tried to hand it off, and then they got penetration, and then they were in the backfield, so he had no chance.
Charlie, Kentucky's got the better team right now. How do you convince your guys in the next 7 days that they win?
Well, we have to go play them. So it's just more of, hey, you look what they have coming back. Their offensive line is a veteran offensive line. Their defense is playing very well, but we have to regroup, and our guys have to realize that each game is important. You can't accept losing. You have to go play. You play for 60 minutes, then you always give yourself a chance.
Coach, in the first half, did you see your guys, especially with so many young guys playing, were they at all shell shocked after? The two bam, quick, big plays, and you guys are down 21-3?
No, we weren't shell-shocked because you look at defense, and that's where a lot of your veteran players are. You look at Dexter, who's played a lot. Your two safeties are two starters for you. The two corners are young, but we weren't shell-shocked at all. We just it's more disappointment in knowing where Hilton is, and then to give up those big plays. That's where it's frustrating, and that's where the frustration comes from, where you know where he is. Always say, hey, where is number 4 lane? Because that's where the ball is going. You look at, I don't know what the other guys caught, but he caught most of the balls. Well, what happened was that pressure, and he did, but the ends was rushing so far upfield, so that what's easy for him when you get the ends upfield is to step up, and he did a good job of stepping up. So once he stepped up, he flushed to the outside, which to their fault is to let him rush upfield. They should have just kept the guys in front of him, and then he wouldn't have been able to get outside a lot, which he did, which helps us because now he's able to find the open receivers.
Charlie, you guys have gone early in the game with Radcliffe on the punts when it seemed like it was going to be within the 10-yard line, and then last one you used Rogers. Was that just to try and get some more explosiveness in there, and were you using Radcliffe earlier specifically because he might field it better than it's supposed to?
Yeah, and I think that what happened there is you're right. We was using Radcliffe earlier, and then on that last one, we had a return set up where we was going to try to return the ball and get the ball back up the field. All right.